फिर हेरा फेरी मूवी का एक डायलॉग तो सबने सुना ही होगा, 21 दिन में पैसा डबल। जिसमें अक्षय कुमार एक स्कीम में पैसा डालता है 21 दिन के लिए डबल होने के लिए। उसमें पैसा इन्वेस्ट करता है और उसका सारा पैसा डूब जाता है। लेकिन आज हम जिस टॉपिक पे बात करने वाले हैं उसमें 21 दिन में तो नहीं, लेकिन 5-6 दिन में पैसा डबल ज़रूर हो सकता है। जी हाँ, हम आज IPO के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं। So hello friends, once again I welcome you to my channel Investment Talks. In this video I am going to discuss about three topics, that is IPO, FPO and NFO. IPO means initial public offering, FPO means follow-on public offering and NFO means new fund offer. In the recent times there has been huge uproar about IPO, like for example Bajaj IPO. Similar kind of thing happened in Bajaj IPO just few days back, wherein 5 दिन में लोगों का पैसा डबल हो गया था. So first we are going to discuss about what is IPO. With the help of IPO, a private company can go public through sale of its stock to general public. It can be new company, young company or old company. In IPO, company's share gets listed on stock exchange. That means company is going public. There are two kinds of IPO. First is mainline IPO and second is SME IPO. In mainline IPO, post-issue paid-up capital should be minimum of 10 crore rupees. Whereas in SME IPO, it is specially designed for small and medium-sized enterprises. कभी कभी छोटी कंपनियों के लिए क्या होता है कि बैंक से, बॉन्ड मार्केट से, डेट मार्केट से पैसा उठाना पॉसिबल नहीं होता है या फिर बहुत मुश्किल होता है और एक्सपेंसिव भी होता है। ऐसी सिचुएशन में IPO एक कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव एंड ईजी एंड एफिशिएंट तरीका है फ़ंड इकट्ठा करने का, जिसकी मदद से छोटी छोटी कंपनियां फंड रेस कर सकती है। Now we will discuss about purpose of IPO. That why company raises funds through IPO. There are many reasons for that. First is for expanding the operation or diversification. Second can be debt repayment. Third can be to increase the brand visibility and credibility. Sometimes the purpose of IPO is to get good exit for company. Just like Shark Tank, that हमें exit कैसे मिलेगा. Last but not the least, purpose is to increase or provide liquidity to existing shareholders. So these were the brief purposes for which IPO method is used by companies. Now we will discuss about what are the benefits of investing in IPO. हमें क्या फ़ायदा मिलेगा एक का डबल, right? So there are many benefits of investing in IPO. First and foremost is potential for high return. Obviously, for example, those people who got allotment in Bajaj Finance IPO got more than 100% return in just 5 to 6 days. There is an immense opportunity to invest in innovative companies. You can be part and parcel of company's growth story, and by investing in an IPO, one can diversify the portfolio as well. So these were the brief benefits of investing in IPO. Generally, people invest in IPO for diversification of the portfolio, to increase, to get the high return and to be the part of growth story of the company. If we talk about recent IPO performance, you can see in the table. The first company which is there is Manba Finance, which was recently listed. The price of that IPO was just 120 rupees and it got listed to 150 rupees, that giving 25% gain. That means if you have invested 15,000 rupees, so you will get 25% return on that 15,000 rupees if you get the allotment. Similarly, on the negative side, if you see that Western Carriers, which was launched at the IPO price of 172, but the listing price was 171. So the person who has invested 15,000 rupees in Western Carriers IPO might have lost 150 rupees. So there is always a downside potential in that. So you have to be very careful while choosing the company for investment in IPO. You see the Northern Arc Capital, the IPO price was 263 and listing price is 351. That is, you are getting 33% return. Suppose you got the allotment of 15,000 rupees in Northern Arc Capital, you might have gained 5,000 rupees. So your 15,000 might have become 20,000 rupees if you get the allotment of Northern Arc Capital IPO. Now if we talk about IPO process, what is the process? Then first stage is preparation stage, in which selection of underwriters, financial advisors is conducted. Proper due diligence and preparation of reporting statement is done. In second stage, filing of paper with SEBI is done. Prospectus containing detailed information about IPO is prepared. Then price, number of shares, floor price, cutoff price, minimum lot, all these details gets decided. After that, the next step is marketing, in which potential investors are engaged through roadshows, newspaper advertisement, digital marketing, etc. For example, recently National Thermal Power Corporation NTPC has announced its IPO. So NTPC has proposed an IPO for which it has planned to conduct roadshows in India as well as abroad. Now the final stage is launch of IPO, which includes opening date, closing date, allotment date, and finally the listing date. And when the IPO gets listed on listing date, the entire process of IPO gets completed. Now, as we have discussed and seen the benefits and process of investing in IPO, but there are many risks associated with the process. You can see in the table below. For example, take the example of 3C IT Solution, which was listed on June 12th. The issue price of this IPO was 52 rupees, but it was listed at 45 rupees. That is 13% loss. See, if you have invested 1 lakh rupees and got the allotment of this IPO, you might have lost 13,000 rupees. So risk is part and parcel of IPO. Whether you invest in new company, whether you invest in existing company, risk is always there. Also, IPO are always subject to market volatility and price fluctuation. There are always concern of overvaluation. Everybody knows about what has happened with the Paytm IPO, where investors have lost lakhs and crores of rupees. So it is always better to analyze the IPO, financials, promoters, capacity of promoters, business model, products, industry, etc. before investing into any IPO or any investment. Now after all these discussions, $1 billion question is how to invest in the IPO. So first you need to open a demat account with your broker. Then there are two ways to invest. First is ASBA, that is application supported by blocked amount, wherein one can invest in IPO by visiting the branch or using mobile or internet banking. Second method is by using UPI mechanism, wherein autopay is created using UPI mechanism. So this was the brief discussion about initial public offering. Now second point for today is follow-on public offer. It is similar to IPO with only difference that company is already listed on the stock market, and then it issues the new shares to diversify its equity base, to raise capital for expansion and diversification, or pay off its debt. Our last topic for today is new fund offer. When any company launches new fund for investors to raise capital for purchasing securities. Mutual funds are one of the most common new fund offers. Nature of NFO vary depending upon certain situations. It can be open-ended, wherein it is generally open for subscription for a particular period, and after closing date it is bought and sold in the open market. It can be close-ended, that means it is available only during a fixed tenure. Minimum investment may vary from 500 to 1000 to 5000 rupees. There are some NFOs in which lock-in clause is also there, meaning if you redeem units before say 1 year, you will be charged some penalty, say 1% for early redemption. Mode of investment can be same like normal mutual funds, that is you can invest via monthly SIP or you can invest in lump sum amount also. So friends, that was all about IPO, FPO and NFO. I hope the information given in this video is beneficial to you. If you like the content in this video, please like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.